Vampire City falls, but at what cost? The werewolf snarls, "Let me at him, I'll kill him." A woman steps in pleading, "Everybody calm down." The werewolf, eyes blazing with fury, retorts, "Calm? He dissected my friend." In a calm voice, the reanimated man says, "I don't see the problem. It was a simple operation, and as you can see," the reanimated man says to the werewolf, "your friend is alive and well." The Frankenstein werewolf replies, "Kini am good." The reanimated man asks, "Are you all right?" The elf shouts, "I will not fight alongside this madman." The woman pleads, "But we are so close. You can't quit on us now." The reanimated man attempts to placate. "Please don't throw away what we have because of my misguided master. He meant no harm." The werewolf, eyes burning fiercely, retorts, "No harm? What do you call mutilating my friends?" The elf says, "I'm out of here." The woman cries out, "You can't leave us." A figure walks away into the darkness, saying, "Watch me." The full moon hangs in the sky as a figure with glowing eyes watches from a ridge. Two figures stand watch. One of them says, "Wait for them." A group of figures snakes its way through a dense, moonlit forest, moving slowly toward a towering ridge. A vampire commands, "Keep searching. I smell humans." Another vampire says, "Hey, Udlies." A figure responds from the shadows, "Looking for me?" The woman orders, "Get him." A fierce battle rages in the forest as vampires are torn apart and shot down. The reanimated man declares, "That's the last of the scouts. Now, on to the city." Vampire City. A vampire, eyes glowing red through his goggles, shouts, "We are under attack." The reanimated man leads his troops toward the city under the light of the full moon. The reanimated man says, "We'll make a run inside to free everyone while you keep them busy." The reanimated man responds, "I intend to do much more than simply distract them. We are outnumbered," he shouts as he's surrounded by vampires. The reanimated man thinks to himself. The elf says, "Glad you decided to join us." The werewolf replies, "We can settle our differences later." The man says, "We're headed inside to free the slaves." The reanimated man says, "We'll take care of the rest." A brutal clash erupts on the city's outskirts as werewolves and reanimated soldiers tear through the vampire ranks. Under the watchful gaze of the moon, the man and woman make their way through the city. A vampire says, "Going somewhere?" Blood splatters as the man says, "I'll go after him." The woman responds, "I'll release the slaves." The woman yells, "Everybody out! Run!" The man fires his weapons as he asks, "You think you've won? You think we can be destroyed?" The vampire says, "Even now, thousands of gallons of toxic waste are entering the ocean. It's only a matter of time before human life ends for good." The vampire says, "Oh no." The battle rages on. The reanimated man shouts, "Look!" Beneath the full moon, a swarm of bats rises from a green toxic cloud over the water. A horde of spiky, otherworldly creatures emerges from the toxic waters, wreaking havoc in the vampire city. The reanimated man says, "Well, I'll be damned." They do exist. The elf responds, "It would seem so." One of the vampires says, "What?" Another responds, "Not possible. They are a myth." A large explosion erupts as the woman says, "Come on, let's get out of here." Under the eerie glow of the moon, the spiky creatures and the reanimated soldiers face off against the remaining vampires, surrounded by the carnage of battle. One of the figures says to the spiky creatures, "Thank you for your help. We could not have done this without you." The elf, eyes still glowing, says, "Good luck, humans. When we meet again, it may not be as friends." The reanimated man says, "You are welcome to come live with us. You will be safe." The woman responds, "Thanks, but I think we do better on the move." The man says, "In a weird way, I'm going to miss them." The man says, "Something tells me we'll be seeing them soon."